We're about to dive into a story of raw ambition, a secret that could topple a kingdom, and a hidden heir. And it all comes down to a single, desperate cry.
Just imagine hearing that, echoing through the halls of a royal palace. It's a shout of pure shock, fury, and total defeat. So who screamed it, and why? Well, to really get that moment, we have to rewind the clock and start at the beginning of a very bloody and tyrannical reign. You see, this whole thing kicks off with a power vacuum, and a queen who was absolutely determined to fill it, no matter who stood in her way. This is the story of the rise of the formidable Queen Athaliah. Now, think about this for a second. The moment she hears her son, the king, is dead, her first move isn't to mourn. It's a power play. She orders the execution of the entire royal family. We're talking about her own flesh and blood, her grandchildren, all to wipe out any possible rival to the throne. It's unbelievably ruthless. But even in a plan that brutal, there's almost always a crack. And in the middle of all this carnage, one single act of defiance planted the seeds for Athaliah's eventual downfall. A secret was kept, hidden away in the most sacred place in the entire kingdom. And this is where our hero, Jehosheba, the dead king's sister, steps in. With just incredible courage, she sneaks into the chaos, finds the infant prince, Joash, and smuggles him and his nurse to safety, literally right under the new queen's nose. For 6 years. Let that sink in for a moment. For 6 long years, while this tyrant is running the country, the one person with a true claim to the throne is living in secret, hidden inside the walls of the temple of the Lord. So for all this time, you've got these two totally different realities playing out at once. Out in the open, there's Queen Athaliah, ruling with an iron fist, completely convinced she's wiped out the entire royal line. And then, in total secret, the true heir, Joash, is being raised in the temple, a living, breathing threat she knows absolutely nothing about. For 6 years, there was silence. But then, in the 7th year, the time was finally right to make a move. And the architect of this whole rebellion, it wasn't some general, it was a priest, a man named Jehoiada. And he had been waiting, planning, playing the long game for this exact moment. His first move was just brilliant. He summons the commanders of the royal guard to the temple. But he doesn't just ask them for help. He's much smarter than that. He brings them into this sacred space and has them swear a binding oath, forging a secret covenant with them. So here's Jehoiada's playbook, step by step. First, get the military leaders in one place. Second, lock in their loyalty with an oath they can't break. Third, and this is the masterstroke, reveal the hidden king they all thought was dead. Fourth, use their own guard schedules to secure the temple without anyone noticing. And finally, arm them for the fight that's definitely coming. And get this, here's a fantastic detail. He doesn't just give them any old weapons. He arms them with the actual spears and shields that belonged to the legendary King David, which were kept as relics in the temple. This wasn't just about handing out weapons. It was pure symbolism, connecting their cause to the nation's greatest hero. Okay, so the plan is ready, all the pieces are on the board, and the stage is now set for the story's explosive climax. A secret coronation that's designed to trigger a very public confrontation. The commanders did exactly what Jehoiada told them. The guards, holding David's ancient weapons, fanned out, creating this secure ring from one side of the temple to the other. The trap was officially set. And then, bam! In one swift, decisive move, Jehoiada brings out the 7-year-old boy, Joash. He places the crown on his head, gives him a copy of the covenant, and just like that, a new king is anointed and proclaimed to the world. The reaction is immediate. The whole place just erupts. The soldiers, the people, they all start clapping and shouting together, "Long live the king." The secret is out. The rebellion is now public. And this huge celebration, this explosion of noise, was the bait. Queen Athaliah hears all the commotion from her palace and, having no idea what's really going on, walks directly into the temple to investigate. And there, she sees him, the boy, standing by the pillar, wearing the crown, surrounded by her own commanders and a cheering crowd. In that one horrifying moment, it all clicks. Her 6-year reign is over. And all she can do is scream the one word that perfectly describes her situation. Treason! Treason! But even now, Jehoiada is in complete control. He gives a final, chilling order. Seize her, he says, but do not kill her here. This is a holy place. Drag her outside. It just goes to show his absolute command. Even in the heat of victory, he's maintaining religious protocol. So, the queen is dead. The coup is a success. But what happens now? Jehoiada and the new king have to build a whole new order from the ashes of the old one. And the changes come hard and fast. Athaliah is executed. A new covenant is made, not just with the king, but with God. The rival temple of Baal is torn down. Its priest is killed. And finally, the young king, Joash, is escorted to the palace and placed on the royal throne. The whole system is reset. And the story ends, at least for now, with this incredible sense of relief and restoration. After 6 years under a bloody, illegitimate ruler, the rightful king is back on the throne, and the result is joy and, finally, peace in the city. 7. That's how old Joash was when he became king. A child, saved from a massacre, hidden away for years, and now he's sitting on the throne of a nation. And that leaves us with one last, fascinating question to think about. The immediate crisis is over, sure, but a new and very complex political reality is just beginning. What happens to the nature of power when the king is just a boy, and the real authority lies with the priest who put him there? The battle for the throne may have been won, but you have to wonder if the struggle for power was really over.